Okay, everything's looking good for another venture into the Outer Worlds tonight. Hopefully it goes better than last time, because that was quite the experience. Alright, so the first thing I need to do is, I think it's this building over here. I need this workbench.
I've been feeling pretty low.
So I can see if I need to repair any of my weapons and armor. No. Oh, do I have any mods? That's a good question. I have a Zap Mag mod. I don't have any scope mods for that gun. Do I want to change it to... Oh, it currently has an extendo sight mod on it, so I wouldn't want to change that anyway, which extends the range by 25%. Alright, I don't think I need to do anything with that one. That one's already got the Zap Mag. Do I have any... What is that? Toughened. Increases body armor and helmet armor ratings against physical damage. So it raises the armor level 3. So I'd go from 9 to 12. Silver Tongue skills. So is that 1 and 0? Is that how many mods I have of that type? That's how many mods I have of that type. Okay. So if I go... Yeah, so I have no sight mods. That one I have one magazine mod and it already has the extendo sight on it. That one has the mag to zap. That one has a Mr. Plasma. Alright, I'm following. Yeah, I don't have the skill to tinker yet, which probably means it should go away, right? It shouldn't be there yet. 5, 6, and 7 to repair everything. I don't think I need to worry about repairing it 90%, 80% condition. And I did not keep enough things to break down anything. Alright. What else is over here? I don't know. I don't know if I care what's on that terminal. Let's just head back out. We were on our way. Got very, very sidetracked, which I am very, very prone to doing. Okay. That's a lot of graves out here, guys. Alright. That's the exit I probably should have come out of. I saw a glowing light. I thought it was a box I could loot. Alright. So we're going to the botanical lab to talk to the people, people back in Edgewater called deserters. But there's always like multiple sides to each story. Okay, that's where the dude put together his flying death machine that granted him a flying death. Or, you know, similar. Just boxes with ammo here. I mean, there's boxes of all kinds of supplies just laying out here, but most of them are not lootable.
Okay, gone quiet.
That was a marauder. Oh, a ringleader. That's one of the guys in the heavy armor with the big weapons, I think. Yep. And they are rarely alone. Alright. Where are you at? What is that? Is that the geothermal? That might be the geothermal plant. Alright. I have no cover here except for these trees. And I am not happy about that. Alright, I still only see the one person. That never seems to be the way it goes. Alright.
Together.
Okay. Did not expect the dog to be running down on me like that. Oh, there was a second ringleader. Because I know I took that one out. It took 2 shots, but I took him out. Mostly got him with the first shot. It was a headshot. And took him like 3/4 or better down.
Clever.
A cigarette lighter, huh? And a model spaceship. And a hunting rifle, which is basically what that sniper thing is that I've got. It's one of those hunting rifles with that extended mag, or extended sight mod on it. Okay. feel like I missed at least one enemy I took down. Where was that guy standing when I popped him? Maybe there wasn't a second ringleader. No, there's no way. He should have been somewhere right in there. Right? I know it drops immersion, but I do kind of like the way other games allow you to highlight lootable objects, especially when you've got this tall grass kind of terrain and fauna. This would be flora, not fauna. Either way, it masks and conceals. It makes for a nice looking game. But when some of your enemies don't drop anything, and then you lose a percentage of the bodies to the environment, sometimes feel like you just kind of get double jilted out of some loot. And I desperately need better armor and weapons, as every firefight I get into proves. Alright. I don't know, maybe that second shot didn't hit the ringleader. I thought for sure it did. But he did have some cover. Oh, this is the botanical labs. I don't need my gun here. Unless I do something really silly. I'm not even sure that I can turn this into a firefight.
You. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
I'm actually looking for Adelaide.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
Let's see. What do you know about the geothermal plant?
What? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're better off asking after Adelaide. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you. Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind. You don't know what enough with the questions means? No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. I've crossed off my share of marauders. This ain't about them. I go looking for Zoe, I leave the camp undefended, seeing as I'm the only one of us who knows her way around a gun. Hence my dilemma.
You can't stand sentry for 24 hours a day anyway. Or whatever a day night cycle is here.
Vex me. If she told anybody, they ain't telling me. I'd check her room, but I got yelled at for snooping once already. Little ways ago, she was always obsessing over her serial dramas. Wanted to see what the fuss was about. Could be. Dangers aplenty out there. No telling why marauders would steal somebody like Zoe. Got no useful skill as far as I could tell.
That ain't nice.
Marauder gang just moved into the districts a little ways east. Their numbers are growing. Gotta come from somewhere. Well, enough to know we never got on. Zoe and Stefan were close. If anybody knows the workings of her mind, he does.
You seem so personable. Can't imagine how you didn't get on with her.
She was lazy and thoughtless, but she's still one of our own.
Well, I don't have any choice. These all circle me back to the same thing, so I guess I will
Not like
agree
Zoe
to
go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere.
Unless Marauders got to her, then parts of her could be in lots of places.
Could do without the gallows humor.
I don't think I have any more questions about Zoe. Huh. I don't know if the canid meat is useful for anything.
Keep your
hello.
wits about you, friend.
We just labeled deserter, huh? That's all stealing. I thought... yeah. Thought there might be a terminal in here. One of these houses has a terminal in it that has like local jobs you can do. And maybe I should just go find Adelaide first. Get that whole process started.
Oh gosh, it's so pretty.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... you got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Tobaccorn, huh? Somebody crossbred tobacco and corn. And now you can make tea out of it.
A home for anyone who's ever turned their backs on Edgewater. A home for those of us with nowhere left to go and nothing to lose. So, like the spores of the puffball, cast on the wind and alighting on fresh soil, we put down new roots. It is an unpleasant story, dear. But the short of it is that sometimes one wakes up and realizes the place that was once her home for much of her life has changed. The home in which we spent our lives has left us behind, and so We must move on. And that is as much as I will say on the subject. No, dear. The garden belongs to us all. Life is the gift of the universe, and the universe yields its bounty equally, absent of prejudice.
Never knew you could grow tripe in a garden.
The soil around the Vale went sour years ago, but I found a way to sweeten it back up. The secret recipe is a little bit of elbow grease, a dash of love, and a heaping pile of special fertilizer.
Yep, special fertilizer. I will leave that spoiler-free for the moment.
You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
You're living off power that belongs to the town. Come back to the cannery. That's it. Reed asks you to consider coming back to town. He's willing to make amends. Well, that's just a flat-out lie. Why isn't this marked lie? Because usually the lies are. That's definitely a lie. Something about coming back to town or losing power. I wasn't really listening. We'll go with that.
I can't say I blame you. Reed is positively soporific. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Yep, Reed asked me to divert the power back to the town.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
'Cause I need the power regulator.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. You'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do.
I mean, I'm not an evil person, but don't know. Let's see, what have you got against the town? Or I'm not looking to get mixed up in your problems. I just want to fix my ship. I wonder how many of these I can do. We'll ask what you have against the town.
You've seen that miserable excuse for a town with your own lamps. Hollowed out workers laboring their lives away at the cannery, living off whatever scraps Spacer's choice throws them. You know that's true, don't you, Ms. Holcomb? Your father died of overwork. His heart gave out.
He was tired all the time, sure, but he was old, ma'am, and he raised me all by his lonesome.
Look what they did to this child. Lost her family to the company, and still she defends them.
Let's say I help you. What happens to Edgewater?
Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
I doubt you have enough here to support that many mouths that quickly.
You bring power to Reed's town and you'll be killing us. Reed knows it. He's counting on it.
Alright. I'll consider
I trust
it.
you will listen to your conscience.
My conscience says the town is much better defended than this. Oh, everything in here is stealing. Okay. Oh, that's a bypass shunt. Cool. under the Biased Labor Standards Act, wages determined by merit of your work. Overtime may result in higher pay if the quality of said work is considered exemplary. Your employer has the right to dock your pay should you damage any facilities or equipment. It is your responsibility, not your employer's, to avoid workplace hazards. Halcyon Colony Department of Labor, probably, yeah. Low-hanging pipes may be easily damaged by skull impacts. Cost of repair will be docked from pay or assessed to next of kin. And she gave me a hard time for my gallows humor. Only you can protect fourth quarter profits. Alright.
Huh?
Yeah, talk.
I already told you I want Rizzos. Rizzos. Not Saltuna cans. Not, you know, canid bits. Why is this so hard?
Your people are looking for you. Is this the girl that she said was missing?
Hold on, what? My people? Wait, I see what's happening here. You're not a marauder. This is embarrassing. See, you were armed, so I thought...
Yeah, clarify something for me.
I'm great at clarifying. No. I insinuated myself into their company, see? And they didn't seem to mind one whit.
Why did you leave camp?
I got kicked out of Edgewater on account of falling sick with plague and stealing some medicine to treat myself. I'd heard some outlaws set up camp in the botanical labs. I decided to throw in with them, seeing as I always wanted to be an outlaw myself. Instead, what do I find? But a bunch of former workers camped out around a greenhouse. I couldn't just go back to the cannery, so I was stuck with them. I don't know. The vital processes that constitute the miracle of life are mysterious and unknowable. Oh, you mean around these guys? The marauders wouldn't hurt me. They love me. I'm practically their queen. Yeah, must be my natural charisma.
You are not supposed to be in this camp. You were supposed to be in a marauder camp.
I may have bartered them a few boxes of Adrena time, but yeah, I'm sure that's got nothing to do with it. I've got all the time in Halcyon. Why? Adelaide wants me back on garden duty or something? Thanks, but I'm not going anywhere. This is where I belong.
I don't have 25 persuade. I'm very, very confused. She is not supposed to be here. You're definitely not supposed to be here. Today's the day. Today's the day you take your destiny into your own hands. Talking about the marauders. Tucking away food. Bandit Queen Zoe's origin story has just begun. That is a very interesting bug that I have never encountered before. I've only ever encountered her at the
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too. Something I can help you with? You mean Zoe? Yeah, we were pretty close. Not like her to go loping off.
Yeah, she went loping off right back to her quarters.
Can't say I recall Zoe ever acting strange. Well, except for her habit of writing things down on scraps of paper. She called it journaling, but I think it's just plain odd. You sound like some type of corporate fixer asking all these questions. Hey, I got time.
What do you got
Fresh
to
off the
trade?
limb, and that includes canid meat.
Canid meat. Alright, what do we got? We got some heavy ammo, and we got a little Spacer's Choice revolver. These all look to be the same options. Improves the damage dealt after armor penetration. Post armor damage dealt plus 15%. Magnum is an expanded magazine. And toughened 3. Some canid meat. See, that picture looks raw. Four out of 5 doctors recommend not eating this raw, bloody hunk of meat, even without the bits of detritus stuck to it. The 5th doctor died shortly after ingesting the meat, so his opinion could not be taken for the record. Yeah. I only point out that it looked raw and then it said raw in the description, because I don't recall there being an actual cooking system of any sort. I'm assuming everything in here, including this, is stealing if I pick it up. Yep. Alright. That's where I came out of. That's just really weird. Zoe is not supposed to spawn here. She is supposed to be at a marauder camp, surrounded by marauders, where she has deluded herself into thinking that she's like one of them or their leader or something.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
And you're
If you're
just
hungry, Stefan's got supplies.
you're just a regular old deserter. Not a named deserter that might have conversations. A locked door. Don't think I have any real pressing need to get in there.
If you're hungry, Stefan's got
Yep.
supplies.
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Uh-huh. That's a deserter, so that's probably not who she's referring to. That's who she's referring to, okay. And houses up there. Let's see what Mr. Thomas has to say.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Whoa, Miss Parvati. You're, what, how are you? Hi. Hello.
Are you, are things safe out here? How are you keeping?
Great, just great. I've been trying to keep stuff running, just like you. Only I'm not so... Wait, they didn't kick you out, did they?
Oh gosh, no, I'm just along with this fella here.
Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town.
No, not quite. Yeah, I'll take that as a compliment.
Well, what I meant was you're reasonably well armed and don't look stricken with plague. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs.
Those are good. My dad kept a copy with him when he was working in the cannery.
I know the old community center kept a copy.
Yep, I
Should
found
find
that
another
one already.
back in town. If you could find me even one of those pads, I'd be greatly obliged.
Yep, I got
No
one of them
kidding.
already.
Really? Well, which one? Look at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years.
Spectrum
I
potatoes.
appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact,
I didn't
I put
really.
aside something special on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me.
300 bits, nice.
Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands.
What else can I
What's
ask
on
you?
your mind?
How long have you lived
Couple
out
months.
here?
This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious.
And what were you doing out in the wilderness?
We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go, mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
You weren't incompetent. You just didn't fit the cannery. Not like here. This place had a U-shaped hole, and now it doesn't.
You could stay, you know. Here. I'd be happy to... I mean, we could really use... this isn't coming out right. If you want, Adelaide would make a place for you.
Alright, well, we should go. Reputation system, but it went up because I helped him, so that's not really a big deal. I wonder if Zoe's gonna magically warp over to that other place later. All these abandoned houses, and yet it's still stealing. Okay. the ones sitting around inside Edgewater are not stealing, and that's really funny. Everything here is like, oh, if you need something, just kind of use it. We got food, whatever. But our belongings belong to us. Don't take any of them. I can go in this house here, or building, whatever. Oh, this is the power place. That's what I need right there. Of course, if I pick it up without turning off the power, I get zaptified. Alright. Skill and perk points available. So I leveled up. Okay. What do we got? Okay. How far off am I? Ooh, I'm only 3 points off of being able to tell her to come back to town. I could solve... I can complete this quest without having to go fight the marauders that surround her where she's at. That's hilarious. So my skill's at 17, but Parvati's providing me a +5 as my companion. So my effective is 22. Alright. I don't know, where does tinkering? Tinkering opens at... Tinker opens at 20. Ooh, is that effective level of 20? It may not be, but it may be worth popping a couple in there. Definitely not a melee. Yeah. It's mostly firefights. I mean, there are marauders that run at you with melee weapons, but dodge and block is just not really a massive part of the gameplay. Handgun critical damage plus 50%. Nice. I think I'm going to dump everything in there. Yep. Dialogue combat skill. When attacking the correct type of target, they are automatically debilitated. Okay, what did I do? Humans have a 20% chance to cower in fear for 4 seconds after the first time you hit them. 15% chance automechanicals will slowly attack other enemies instead of you. And 20% chance creatures will become terrified and flee for 20 seconds after you kill one. Those sound interesting. Okay. Take precision. Companion crit. Increase the mag size of science weapons. I've not found any science weapons and probably won't for a while. I haven't been offered any flaws yet. Base armor. More ammo on vendors. More consumable and general stock on vendors. I can carry more. That's... Increase sprint speed, that's nice. Increase walk speed might even be better. Tactical time dilation, recharge rate. Fast travel when encumbered. That's probably the one, because then I can actually start doing stuff. Lone wolf, I'm carrying, running with companions, so I'm not lone wolfing. Tactical time dilation lasts longer. Plus 50% base health. Minus 20% vendor price. I haven't found anything worth buying, really. Yeah, I'm gonna go with fast travel. While encumbered. Is what that means is I can pick up everything and then pop back to probably the Unreliable, or even here, disassemble in the workbench. Did I go in this one? I don't know if I did or not, but it's more of the same. Modern houses are open floor plan, but bedroom, study, bathroom, kitchen, dining room. That's bad even for like what we would have called an efficiency apartment in the 80s. This person at least has 2 rooms. I don't think this is a person, because this is not a bathroom. I don't understand this one. I'm assuming sink and stove, so this is like a kitchen. A kitchenette. You gotta go use somebody else's bathroom. And we got another locked door. Alright. Let's go see if Zoe's still in her quarters where she's not supposed to be. That's not this one. That's this one over here, isn't it? Actually, it's not over here. What is this? Storage room. Okay. Yeah, it was on this side. Hi there, deserter. You okay there, Zoe? Having a bit of an out-of-body experience, are we?
Ever consider the marauder life? It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, I bet it is. It's real sweet considering you're still with the deserter camp. Alright, let's...
And no serial dramas. I've been thinking about going back. I just gotta know if Lord Cavendish really is the masked marketeer. I'll take my stuff and head on back, I suppose. Grace is gonna be glaring knives at me, so I've got that to look forward to.
Yeah. Good deed accomplished. That was quite the bug, though. That was hilarious. I talked Zoe into coming
We
back.
didn't always get along, but I'm glad to know she's safe. What happened anyway?
Something about wanting to be an outlaw.
You pretty much did my job for me. Least I could do is pay you for your trouble.
Yes.
Let me know if I can do something for you.
Sure. You can help me figure out what I'm gonna do with this moral dilemma they've put me in. There's a lot of gained a bolter pistol. Okay. Oh, 127 DPS. Stagger. 25 to 200 meters. So probably 25 to 75, probably its effective range. This is essentially the same as... it's really short range though. I want to give it to Parvati, but I want her to stop running off into melee range. I don't know, maybe I don't want to give it to Parvati. She has skills. Alright, distance, stay close to me, ranged. Damage of the ranged weapon the companion has equipped. That, does not seem right. To 127. That jumped considerably. Is it because she doesn't have... No, it's not because she doesn't have the long gun skill. She gave me a 63% condition. Okay. That explains why she's not been exceedingly helpful in combat. Alright. The geothermal plant's that direction. There's marauders over here. So I don't know what this is, but it is not the geothermal plant. Well, that's going to be the geothermal plant there. It's really close by. Huh, a little waterfall. I'm sorry, what? Hold on.
Not a peep for me.
That looks like it might be some dead marauders. Where'd those canids go? It's a named canid. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I don't think I want anything to do with that. Not until I get some of that aforementioned better weapons and armor. Alright. Now I'm gonna get to a relatively safe environmental spot and call it a night, because it's been about an hour and I have to work in the morning, so these rocks look as good a place as any to drop a save. And wrap it up for the night. So I will catch you later. Thanks for watching.